Hello, everyone, and welcome back to CEVO-P. I'm Misled with Dust, and we are going to be into map number 2, Tempo Storm versus eLevate. And we're going to have Tempo Storm starting off CT side. eLevate will be your T-sided team as we get underway with this Cobble matchup. And we talked a little bit about what I think is going to happen here. What do you think? Is Tempo Storm going to be able to bring this home as they did against Synergy?
It's possible. I mean, like I said, I really don't know what to expect on this map at all. I've only seen each team play this map once, and it was eLevate playing VP at Face It Land where they lost, but in a pretty decent game. And then we saw, of course, Tempo Storm being able to beat Affinity on the map, winning 8 rounds from both sides. So being able to be, pretty balanced on their play. But that's just one game. That's a very limited data set to use to try to figure out how this game's going to go. So in all honesty, I really don't know. I think, to me, this is kind of a 50-50 game. So definitely an opportunity for Tempo Storm to get a victory tonight and get those 2 points. But also eLevate could tie this, and they do get the opening kills, but man, Stan just cut him back immediately with a couple of those USB headshots there inside that CT to A connector. So definitely fighting back early.
Yeah, so now it's going to be a 3-on-3 battle here. They know exactly where one of the players is. That's going to be the number 5 of Stan. He's going to be stuck out on the balcony right now. Has to try and rotate back. Both his teammates are into the connector. Now one is at the balcony with him. They're going to be trying to work their way through there. Rix is right there at that connector door. This is dangerous. It's such a hard spot to retake from, especially since eLevate has thoroughly taken control of the bomb site. Desi is there. Desi goes down to Rix. That'll be a 3. There goes Storm, almost down. Can he get taken out? And Glorance will capitalize on it, and Rix will get the first defuse. That is Tempo Storm taking round number 1 away from eLevate.
Bomb has been defused.
Yeah, I mean, Tempo Storm won in the pistol there, so that's now 3 of 3 on pistols tonight between the 2 maps. So, good stuff. And the thing is, you see on this map a lot of the time teams being able to get a heavy amount of T rounds. It almost seems like it's T favored in many occasions when I see this map played, especially in international play. So being able to win the pistol on CT side, definitely big. Being able to kind of put an early halt to T's being able to do work. And you usually see it over on the B side of the map. There's a lot of opportunities for Terrace to get rounds at B because there's just so much cover to get into the site through long B. And Rush.
How did that even...
I don't know.
How did that happen? Storm was well in front of... What?
I don't know, man.
Did you see that?
I didn't. I saw it from Rush's perspective, so I don't know how far Storm was or whatever away from it. But regardless, it is just Tempo Storm kind of cleaning up here the anti-eco round right now. Desi able to get 1 frag, but that's going to be it. Otherwise, Tempo Storm shuts it down. And so 2-0 start once again from Tempo. So they've been flawless on pistols and anti-eco so far. So
yeah,
that's always very, very helpful on getting victories, is not having to worry about fighting back from an eco or something like that.
Yeah, so into round 3 here. eLevate is going to be on to that early buy. They're going to go for it. They got the bomb planted first round, so they want to take control of this as quick as they can, break the economy of Tempo Storm, get some rounds rolling back in their favor. But eLevate looking pretty good with these rifles in their hands if they're able to open this up. They desperately need an opening frag here. Rush will be the first one that's going to get close, possibly, as Hades is right down below him at the drop. Rush will drop a pop flash, not affecting Hades at all. Hades is going to go for the re-peek, and Rush opens his head up, almost gets taken out by Hades, but not quite, and Roka, good grip of information, he's going to be pushing that upper A halls. No one is there to try and contend with that at the moment. Shazam will be rotating that way from inside the A bomb site as Desi and Roka have already officially taken it and worked their way through mid. But aggressive down in mid is still Stan. He's still right there on the other side of those CT double doors. And here comes the push out from the number 8 man. Will he survive? Stan gets pushed back. Storm is right there, and Stan finally goes down to Storm. Shazam, last one defending A, gets removed by Desi. And eLevate looking pretty good here. Can Hades get that frag? Can't quite find it, trying to spam through. Won't get the damage off in time, and that'll be, wow, as Rix rotates actually to the balcony. Desi's right there. Storm inside the bomb site at the platform. Rix will get 2, and yeah, the bomb is down and out of the way, so it'll be a 3-on-3.
Yeah, 3-on-3 situation here as eLevate, trying to use this AK buy in the 3rd round thanks to that 1st round bomb plant to try to steal an early round, but it seems like Tempo Storm's having none of it. Rix's rotation has been absolutely huge. He's been able to pick up a hat trick so far on the round, looking for maybe even an ace if he can catch these other 2 players. And there's the 4th kill for him. Maybe he goes for 5 in just a moment as XP3 only has 3 seconds left on the clock. No chance to win, and Rix will in fact
the ace.
So there you have it. I mean, this happened on Cash too, where eLevate got a first-round bomb plant, tried to buy AKs in the third. And that's the smart play to make. You know, save up second round, make sure you get those AKs out and as early as you can. But in both situations, Tempo Storm's able to hold it off and not allow eLevate to jump in. And so now it should be a 4-0 for Tempo because of the money.
Yeah, into round number 4. Tempo is going to be up in the lead with gun advantage and round advantage here on the CT side of things. eLevate's trying to work against him with some upgraded pistols here. Shazam will peek out from the long haul at A, get very aggressive, take down Desi, and that is going to make it 5-4 in favor of Tempo Storm, who's doing a good job locking this map down right now, playing very well, not allowing eLevate to eco yet.
Yeah, I mean, they've been perfect so far on that front. Getting the 3-0 starts every half they've played so far, as we do see eLevate trying to pull the remaining players out of long B, but so far, Hades and Rix being able to deal with it without any issue. So we'll be that 4-0 start, but eLevate, you know, going to be able to buy now back into the round in round number 5, and we'll see what they want to do. Last time they tried to do a split up A between mid and long, but B is generally the more favored site for terrorist executions on this map. Like I said, a lot of opportunities to come out of long B with a good amount of cover into the site to plant. Like I said, a lot of cover to be used through that route, so that is kind of a popular play that you see made on this map, but once again, it seems like eLevate, you know, pouring a lot of their numbers over towards mid and the A side. Shazam playing pretty aggressive at long A with the op here as well, you know, peeking all the way through.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm curious here if he's going to start getting more aggressive with that, trying to search out at the end of it, trying to search into mid, and a little bit of a good spam there. XP3 goes down to 77 HP as Stanislaw is able to make that happen, throws down the counter smoke, not allowing anyone to go through. Hades playing the drop still. Rush almost catches him. He's going to get mollied out, and Rush is going to have free entry into the drop. Oh, Hades took a ton of damage from that. Didn't get away from the fire. Yeah, didn't get away from the fire fast enough and got burned quite a bit. And so now that long A hallway is completely conceded. It will be Shazam all by himself in A. Here comes the rotate from Stanislaw, though, and Hades gets taken down as Rush will hit the drop, be able to work his way in, so Stan will get mollied. He's completely... No, excuse me. I thought he was still stuck in the room. Thought he was going to be burned down in there, but Stan is able to take down XP3, and Glorans with the auto sniper by himself. Roka works all the way into the A bomb site up onto the plat, and it's Desi over at A with Roka trying to earn these frags. Right there on the balcony will be Rix, and he goes down, and Desi takes down Stan also. So now it's all up to Glorans. He steps out, gets removed, and eLevate finds themselves a T-sided round thanks to Desi and Roka both getting 2.
Yeah, I mean, Desi and Roka doing really well. They're getting those entries onto the A side of the map. You know, some initial aggression there from Stanislaw and Shazam, but they, you know, fell back onto the site. Rush was able to cut off some rotations at the drop zone and or drop down, whatever you want to call it there. And then, just like you said, some good entries there from Roka and Desi up long A to get into the site. And so some good play there from eLevate to win their second gun round, basically. And still a lot of money for Tempo Storm. In fact, they do kind of, you know, sacrifice Lawrence having a gun. They get a double op setup, though, on the CT side. So there is that. And they do have a FAMAS on Stanislaw as well. So they're really investing a lot in these two ops at the sacrifice of some other players having good guns.
So into round 6 here, eLevate with some guns in their hands, trying to string together 2. Shazam gets punished by Desi for missing that shot at that long A, but Desi might get caught out. Doesn't matter. Stan had the drop on him. Desi able to make the quick turn and eventually find the frag, and that will give eLevate a 2-man advantage here as Tempo Storm's going to have to try and rotate their way towards A.
That's so unfortunate. Both players had the jump on Desi and could not get him down. There's some big misses there, especially with such a heavy op investment on the round. To lose one that early is definitely big, but we'll see if Tempo Storm cannot recover. They did finally get Desi down, and Lawrence was able to get the bomb down there for just a brief moment, but still a huge advantage for eLevate here. As now they have a 3 versus 1. That bomb's definitely getting planted, and Rix is going to have a really long rotation to try to see if he can't, you know, get some kills and try to clutch this round.
So he will be 1 versus 3, trying to enter through middle towards the A bomb site. Rush is all the way through the connector towards B, and the other 2 players will be lurking out. Storm's right there. They get a spot on Rix. So now Rix is into a 1 versus 2. Roka and his teammate Rush will try and rotate over, and just like that, Rix is okay with leaving. He took down 1 frag. He's going to exit. They have a 2-round advantage after this round is won by eLevate, so they're okay with that happening. Don't want to risk the rifle because that will be 2 in a row for eLevate, so the economy is now hurting if you're CT-sided Tempo Storm. Better to save that rifle. As you can see, not very much bankroll for them. And I wonder if they're going to buy some pistols around this one rifle.
I mean, like I said, they just invested so much money on those 2 ops, and they weren't able to do anything with them. I mean, Shazam went down immediately to Desi at long A, missing a key shot there. Then Stanislaw had to jump on Desi as well, and also couldn't get the kill on the Desi. So that was kind of 2 big frags in the very beginning of the round from Desi to kind of open things up there from eLevate, just off the back of basically some misses by Tempo Storm members who did have the advantage there and just couldn't connect. And that does happen sometimes. I mean, you can't hit all your shots, and Desi just was able to take advantage of that and open up the round for eLevate. But, you know, Tempo Storm still does have the lead here. Yeah, they're going to have to take a save this round most likely, but Rix does have that M4. Maybe they can kind of surround that and recycle that and try to make some plays with it. But other than that, it seems like eLevate has to start closing the gap on the scoreboard pretty early.
We are into a pause at the moment. It doesn't look like anybody has dropped, though. Maybe just a tactical pause at this point to try and regain some composure. If you're Tempo Storm, think about what you're going to do. There it is. It's actually Rush. Disconnect. So maybe he was experiencing a little bit of lag there, not comfortable with staying into it until he got a little restart out of the way, and hopefully he's back in here very fast, and eLevate can keep the momentum going, because that's going to be 2 rounds in a row for them. Their economy is sitting decently. They have lost some players winning those rounds, though, so they're not bankrolling just yet. They can get this 3rd one in a row with minimal casualties, minimum rebuys. They should be looking pretty good going into it, as Tempo is going to be on either just a pistol. Yeah, they are on just a pistol upgrade right now, buying around Rix with his saved armor, defuse kit, 1 smoke grenade, 2 flashbangs, and a silenced M4.
Yeah, so let's see if Tempo Storm can make something happen with this 1 gun that they have. Not very, very likely, but maybe they can make something happen. Like I said, good opportunity for eLevate to start closing that gap and get it into a situation where they might be able to tie up this game soon at 4 apiece. And like I said, they've really been favoring the Zay side on most of their rounds. And in all honesty, I really think their successes could be maybe more owed to tempos and missed shots than necessarily this like grand execution by eLevate.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious how much longer can these executions continue to work if Shazam is able to start hitting those shots at long A with the op and get those pick battles. At that point, you have to see eLevate shift to something else, and they haven't really had much success at B, although they've only really shot it once. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is it's not as if eLevate has this grand avenue ahead of them to take to just win this half like big or something like that. It's really just been some missed shots by Tempo Storm that's kind of aided them along the way. And some of these T rounds they've been able to get. So hopefully they can get something a bit more sustainable that isn't relying upon like mistakes by Tempo.
Yeah, and I don't really like the aggressive op in the A halls or the upper A or whatever you want to call it on this map now. My biggest problem with it is on an eco with eLevate, if they rush 5 men into that, you have to counter flash as quick as you can and turn your back and just try and hightail it out of there, and you're able to get 1. And then if you get pushed too fast, you're just going to get mowed down, and that's a free op for them off of 1 death. I don't really like it, but we have seen Shazam rotate his way to the back of the bomb site. That should provide a little bit more luck for Tempo Storm, and I feel it's a little bit better of positioning for him to play in. And I think it's really going to help him frag here as soon as the rest of the team gets things going. And there it is. We have all players into the server, and we should be going live. There it is. All 5 back in. Tempo Storm versus eLevate. Map number 2. Tempo Storm looking to try and 2-0 this, and eLevate looking to try and win this map and make it a 1-1 for the tie.
Yeah, I mean, after losing Cash, which is the map that you really kind of felt confident in eLevate's abilities to take that map, and then losing it the way that they did, this is kind of a dangerous spot for eLevate. Now, this was eLevate's pick. So I guess they have been working on something here on Cobble, and we did see them at least put up a good fight against Virtus.pro on this map at the Face It LAN recently, so they do have some idea how to play this map for sure, but Tempo Storm kind of gamble stacking A, and it will pay off because eLevate just kind of walks into B, and they'll get a free bomb plant, and it'll be kind of that awkward 5-on-5 moment. As I'm sure Rix will just hold onto his M4 and armor, but you may see some of these guys just try to run and get some exits if they can.
Yeah, he's just probably going to hold back on the side here, maybe defend, able to trade out easily. You know, he's going to get a little aggressive. He does see Storm, fires off a couple shots, does some damage, not very much, as XP3 is able to pick up one, and there goes Rick. So look for the rotate back from the number 3 man of Lawrence to go get that rifle and secure it going into the next round, and he's going back in that direction. He will grab it, but still on the exit hunt will be Shazam. No one is exiting in his direction. Back from the B halls into the mid, and he will escape there. He's just going to save his upgraded pistol, not get aggressive. And interesting how Storm actually died from that. I didn't think he was going to take that much damage from right there, but Desi does trade out Shazam at the end of it, and eLevate is now within 1 round.
Yeah, they have a good opportunity here to maybe tie off this game, but Tempo Storm will be in full force this round. They do have M4s across the board. They do not have the op this time around, though they really didn't have much success with it when they did have it a few rounds ago, so maybe that doesn't necessarily matter a whole lot, but they'll still have the M4s across the board. And here we go, another even gun round to see who's going to take the edge.
Yeah, into round number 8. Guns up on both teams. eLevate is looking like they're gearing up towards the B-bomb site. They have a lot of players in that direction. Storm is going to be getting aggressive. They're going to throw some flashbangs, some nades, and smokes of their own. Nope, just nades so far. Not getting too aggressive yet. They're going to try and see if they can pull a rotate. Maybe it seem like they're trying to fake at the B-bomb site, get some of the eLevate players, or excuse me, get some of the Tempo Storm players to rotate away. But it's actually doing the opposite at the moment. It's going to force Rix into a rotate towards the B-bomb site, and they're going to try and lurk this out, and they should execute probably around now. And here comes the execute from them. It will be Desi on the flank watch. Good counter flash there. All of the players blind. I don't even think Roka realized that he was just roasting right there. They have good smokes out. They've practiced those. Florin's back there in the hen hut, or the chicken coop, excuse me.
Storm flanks around.
Oh, beautiful onto Rix, and now it's all up to Shazam and Stan. Can they get it going here as eLevate will gain their way into the B-bomb site? Bomb planted. Stan and Shazam by themselves. They're going to be 2 versus 4.
Yeah, and it's looking like eLevate should be able to close out this round no problem at this point. Just working as kind of a standard B execution you see on this map nowadays. Like I said, there's just so much cover. When you come out of long B, you can just drop down where like the little hole in the wall is, and there's once again just kind of a big tree on top of that block that you can kind of use as cover all the way to the statue where you can plant. And like I said, there's just so much cover, and with proper smokes on just those little small pathways that CTs can peek you through, you can pretty much get to the statue unseen through long B.
Yeah.
So yeah, and not only that, but the drop down zone that is used by terrorists is also very hard to hold as CTs, because you can only just kind of see the pixel at the top of their head when they peek you while they're peeking down you. They have that height advantage, and that's another dangerous spot that terrorists can use to implement B splits all the time. So it can be a very difficult bomb site to defend, and that's finally you seeing an example of it here in this game. Just a standard B execution of eLevate, and it's tough to hold on the CT side.
The trash talking comes out between Roka and Rix as we just lost Desi. He's about to lag out. He's dropped from the server, so we're back into another pause as we're waiting for Desi to get back into the game. But eLevate has tied it up now. It's going to be 4-4 as Tempo Storm again into a situation where Glorans could buy here. Hades, maybe an SMG. They're not going to do that, though. Rix definitely just wants the only pistol, so they might buy 3 pistols around these 2 saved rifles between Shazam and Stan, and try and fight something out here at CTs, as eLevate's economy is looking pretty decent. I think Desi had a good run going there money-wise, and he should be up around 7,000. So eLevate not hurting at all, as they're just winning round after round in a row. 4 unanswered rounds so far into the first half.
Yes, I mean, after Tempo Storm was able to get, the good start, like I said, they've been 3 for 3 on pistols tonight between Cash and this map, and also perfect on holding off any type of anti-eco, and also they've been quite good at winning the opening gun round. So I've more often than not see them be able to get off to these 4-0 starts in every half they played so far tonight out of the 3. However, it was eLevate in the first half of Cash who were able to eventually, come back and string together a few rounds in a row and actually get back in the game. Tempo Storm able to shut them out, basically, is my point, and it wound up being a pretty respectable half at the end of the day. And once again, it's like the same story all over again, where eLevate, after kind of succumbing to that pistol and not being able to get anything going on the opening gun round, have once again early in the first half made the comeback already in the mid part of the half to win a few rounds of their own in a row to keep it a close game.
Yeah, definitely. So we're just waiting once again for Desi to get back into the server. We will get this live and underway. Remember, guys, if you're just tuning in, Tempo Storm was able to take cash away from eLevate, and now we're on to map number 2. Tempo Storm has allowed eLevate to tie things up here, or maybe allowed isn't the right word. eLevate took those rounds commandingly, but it's all tied up at 4-4 as we hit round number 9, and Tempo Storm is probably just going to be onto a pistol buy around the 2 rifles that Shazam and Stan saved, but we don't really know just quite yet. I mean, their economy's not the greatest. Hades with only 3,000 Galorns could definitely pistol up with that, and Rix at 2,900, so both of those 2 players relatively low. And it's going to be interesting what they try and do here. Maybe stack into a bomb site, maybe get a little aggressive out mid with some flashbangs, try and throw something eLevate hasn't seen yet against them. And as we now have Desi joining the server, we should be live shortly.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get live here. Not sure what was going on with those players. Just, I mean, it was a different player each time that had disconnect issues, so hopefully it'll repair itself here and we won't have any more issues. As you know, there are 2 M4s up here between Shazam and Stanislaw. You could still see Glorans put up a decent buy, and then they just kind of force with 5.7s on their other 2 players. Possibly. I'm not really sure. It looks like, no, Glorans just picks up a Deagle. Or drops a Deagle to Hades, actually.
So we're going to have the 2 5.7s and the Deagle in the hands of Tempo Storm.
Yeah, so just some pistol buys there from Glorans who had the most money left. And then they're just... So, yeah, they're playing it safe, basically, as far as money goes. You know, they definitely still have a chance in the round. I mean, they have some decent pistols. They have 2 M4. So, basically, they're investing minimal amounts of money to give them a chance to win the round, but doing it safely so they can still get their full buy-in next round. You know, not going all out and, you know, forcing rifles like FAMAS's or something on some other players. You know, instead, Glorans uses money to get just some upgraded pistols for his teammates.
And the trash talking has not ended yet.
Yep.
And it continues between these 2 teams. Hopefully we're ready to go. Desi is trying to fix something so we can get this live and back underway. And Rick's always entertaining to watch in the chat whenever there's a pause here. Notorious for it. And it's always pretty funny when we get Ricks in these servers.
Yeah. And now that Shazam, you know, doesn't have the Cloud9 muzzle on, you see him spouting off nowadays again, too.
Oh, goodness. And it begins.
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, some players love it. It gets them a mental edge, you see, especially on LAN. You know, when you see people shouting at each other across the table. It's a part of the game. It's not a big deal.
Unless what happens to somebody by the affectionate name of Shagwar, which was really close to What Up Now, Swedes, and then you get terrorized. That's never good. I wonder how often that clip gets played for him, and he just regrets screaming that at the top of his lungs.
It's also now used by every North American player when they play against a Swedish team if something good happens for the North American team.
And then they lose out, just like it happened then.
Yes.
And it's like,
Pretty
it's
much.
such a curse on North American teams. I would never...
I think I remember... Well, there was that one occasion where I think I heard it used when Complexity beat NIP at like the Season 16 ESCA LAN in a 2-1 series. It got used there effectively. But there has been, like you said, plenty of times where it has been used only for it to wind up poorly for the NA side.
Yeah, it doesn't end up well. I mean, usually, like, if I was playing some Swedes, I'd just tell everybody on my team, do not use a single sentence that uses the words, what up now, or Swedes. Don't say those words in any order whatsoever. Don't do it because we're going to lose out as soon as any of you say those words. But yeah, it's pretty much a curse at this point on North American teams. And honestly, every single time I've heard it used by a North American team against a Swedish team, they just get dominated right afterwards. So definitely something I would stay away from. But hopefully, guys, we are live into this shortly. We're just waiting for them to ready this up and get it underway, as Desi was having some issues, got timed out. Now he's back into the server, and we are still waiting on something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're waiting on now that all players are on the server. I guess maybe still someone having issues with... No one's ping looks messed up or anything, so I'm not really sure what's going on.
So I think what we'll do, guys, is while we're waiting for these guys to get ready here, and they actually hit the ready up button, I think we're going to do a quick commercial break. As soon as they're readied up and the countdown begins again to get into the round, we will go back live into the game. So bear with us as we're waiting on players. All right, guys, it looks like we're back in now. All the players are in. We are ready to roll. And the unpause should be... There we go. Yep, timer ticking down. We are ready. Back in. Unpause has happened. And we are getting into this game. Round number 9. Tempo Storm going to be on a broken bye. And pause.
Yeah, now they're just messing around, it seems like.
Yeah, now now they are just messing with each other at the moment. So hopefully we can get... There it is. Round has officially started. Round 9. Tempo Storm versus eLevate. And as you can see, Tempo Storm is... Wow, they're all gearing up. They're going directly into the B-bomb site with this. They're going to try and rotate these rifles around.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically just kind of gambling a stack here that they realize that they're at a disadvantage, and if they can just keep these rifles together, then they can try to do as much work as they can with them and recycle them with the players next to them. As they are just going to keep pressing through long B here, they will try to push their way towards that drop zone, but Storm is cutting them off quite well with the AK. Rush is also able to get a kill there, but those M4s are still sitting back at B, so maybe it was just one of those, oh, hey, guys, they rushed B, we killed all of them, let's go B, and then they had those two guys there with M4s, but eLevate not going to fall for that. Just going to shift that bomb over towards the A side now. Well, XP3 kind of clears out B by himself. The jig is up.
Oof. XP3, nice shots there, able to get 2. Storm able to get the other 2, and eLevate will take the lead back by 1 round now. Will be 4-5. eLevate is going to be up, and again, Tempo Storm will finally be back into the buy. And here we go, the first time we've seen the double op look from Tempo Storm on Cobble.
It's the second time we saw it. The first time, remember, Shazam got caught at long A right off the bat and dropped it immediately.
Oh, I thought they only had 1. That's why.
Yeah, no,
right off the bat.
Yeah, and Hades had it on the other side on the map as well. So yeah, this is the second time they've tried to do it. First time not successful. See if they can this time. We did see Shazam try to get aggressive at Danger there, but he got smoked off, so now he'll just kind of fall back. So kind of playing the same positioning with this op, just trying to be that aggressor over towards this long A, waiting for this smoke to dissipate as we do see eLevate creeping some members into this mid room, but he's not going to spot anything.
Rix, with a beautiful spam through the smoke, is able to take down Storm with a headshot through it, and that will give Tempo Storm the one-man advantage. Hades hits the shot, partially exposed through the smoke, will be Rush. He goes down. Hades going for another one, hiding behind that box. Out wide, but XP3 ends up getting him on the repeat. Yeah. Ice cold in his veins, and Rix is going down also to XP3.
He's crashed again, it looks like.
Yep. Desi is out inside of the terrorist spawn. eLevate not looking good at the moment, as XP3 will be the only one left with the 2K on the round. He does have the bomb. It looks like he's going to go for this. He's going to try and make this 1v3 happen. As we just said, Desi has lagged out once again.
Yeah, so it is going to be XP3 just trying to play the 1 versus 3 here. There is one player in the A site. It's going to be Stanislaw, I believe. He's going to be playing over here back in the back. He does throw out some fire to sled on XP3 as well, and the rotation will come in for the remaining members of Tempo Storm. And XP3 goes down, and like we said, Desi was lagged out in T-spawn, so this round will just kind of tick down to the very end, with it being now tied at 5-5. Yep. So kind of unfortunate we're having all these issues, especially since this game has been so close.
Yeah.
Like with I mean, I know it didn't start out that way, but Elevate's made quite the comeback, winning the last 5 rounds in a row or so.
Yeah.
And for now, them for these issues, that hurts, man.
Yeah, definitely rough. There goes the timeout, and it will be no pause. They're not going to pause into this. They're just gonna roll with it at this
Maybe
point.
they've run out
Elevate.
of pause time.
Yeah, that could be happening. Well, they didn't hit the pause, though, so we would have seen it typed, and nothing would have happened. So maybe Elevate at this point is not looking to try and pause. They just want to try and 4 versus 5 this, because they're getting upset with the pauses, but we'll see. Looks like they are going to be geared up right now in the B halls, possibly getting going through the drop, trying to make a B split happen. And look at the call from Tempo. They're already rotating one man over. That's going to be Shazam. Here comes the execute coming from Elevate. Good smokes coming down. They've definitely practiced it, and Rix is able to take down Storm on the spam, and that will make this a 5 versus 3 as Elevate still trying to work their way in. They have eventually made it, but Roka gets pushed by Rix. That's a 2K for him. Can he grab another one on the XP3? But Stan will get it, and now it's all up to Rush. Florence will catch him from behind, but it is a bomb plant for Elevate as they tried to force that round 4 versus 5.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's going to that very dangerous long B execution that you can run with those smokes on either side of the tree. And like I said, this gives you basically a full wall to the plant zone inside that B bomb site. So a very dangerous execution, but yeah, only running it with 4 players, so just not as much power to use to be able to hold it post plant. And Tempo Storm able to make the retake there, and Elevate still playing down 4v5, which is so unfortunate.
Yep.
I mean, because here's the thing. I mean, yeah, they lost the first map, but it means the world to still be able to try to close out the second map and get a tie and get that point to the standings, rather than get the 0-2, get no points, and give your opponent 2.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that 1 point is so important to be able to get here. And Hades gets pushed by Rush over at the drop. That will be a frag in favor of Elevate, evening things out now. It's going to be a 4-on-4 battle into round 12 as Tempo Storm is looking to hold on, still get another round in their pocket to make this a 7-5 half as we hit round 13. But
see, here's the problem. Like, 4v5 is somewhat manageable on T side. It's going to be on the CT side where this is really going to have an impact on Elevate.
Yeah.
So I hope that this can get sorted out before they shift sides. Like, obviously, it's still a disadvantage on the T side, but it's much more manageable than CT. And now you see Roka being able to come up long and get a pick on the A side. So now, Tempo Storm kind of stuck in limbo. Where should we rotate? But in fact, Stan just got the bomb down. Does he realize he did? I'm not sure if he spotted it or not. I think he did.
I think there. Bomb is picked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think he really wants to get aggressive off of it just because the terrorist presence. But look at the fact that the number 6 man of Roka, look at his positioning. He should be able to get a pinch off right here on the number 4 of Rix. If Rix is not aware of it, no, Rix is rotating that direction. He knows for a fact that Roka is all the way over there, and he's looking for him, takes him down, makes it a 2-on-2 battle as that bomb planted into the B bomb site. Can they get this? Oh, Stan. He's going to work his way right through the smoke. He's going to have a good shot. Can he take down both? Take down the first. Storm is so very lit. Excuse me, not lit at all. Wow. I thought that was 10 HP, not 100. And it's going to be Rix that ends up losing the round thanks to Storm getting 3, and Elevate ties it back up.
Yeah, good job there by Storm executing that A bomb site, but also an equally good job there by Roka, getting a pick at A and causing Tempo Storm to kind of second guess their rotations, and Elevate making do with the only 4 players. Like I said, T side is the side where you can still make 4v5 somewhat work. Like I said, it's going to be when you flip sides where it's going to be much more difficult. Because you're basically always at a disadvantage. You're always at CTs at a disadvantage usually anyway if they do like a 4 or 5 minute execution numbers wise. But now that's even compounded by the fact that you're instantly 5 versus 4. Whereas on T side you can still maybe get 4-minute executions on 2 guys or something, and still
all you need is good entry at that point.
As Roka will get an entry on the stand, and here we've seen Elevate these last few rounds being able to get that initial pick almost every round, getting the instant 4v4, almost eliminating the disadvantage that they have. So that's big.
And it will make that a 4-on-4 as Stan is out of the way. We still do not have Desi back into the server, so it is going to be a 4 versus 5 still in favor of Tempo Storm. Game is tied up at 6-6. Rush working towards that drop. looking to get aggressive, but Rix is going to be right there with the CZ, and that is probably the best position to have a CZ on this map at the moment. If you can miss that pop flash that will drop down in your face and get aggressive off it, you should be able to steal a rifle away from anyone dropping, and Storm waits it out on the crouch. And Rix can't hit that shot I'm talking about. So Glorens and Rix out of the way. It will be a 4 versus 2 as eLevate is looking to get the map lead and make this a 7 to 6. But Shazam and Hades both up here. They have an AWP and an M4. Already Hades going on the rotate out to go for the save. There goes Shazam. They will commit to this save into round 13, and eLevate will take the advantage.
Yeah,
oh, Rush! Why is Rush not moving? Oh, man. If Rush
crashed?
lagged out... Man, that is horrible. Storm threw that Molotov, and I'm assuming as soon as he let it go, he knew Rush was right there, and Rush did not move at all. Hopefully Rush didn't walk away. Hopefully that was actually Rush lagging out.
Yeah, he did.
Better about that. Yeah. So Rush on
all right, so 5 versus 3. Oh my goodness, this is insane, man. This sucks. Like this sucks for everybody, for both teams, the casters, the viewers. This is just a really unfortunate situation.
And eLevate has the 1-round advantage, nonetheless.
Yeah, because I mean they've been going their bread and butter B strat the last few rounds. They've been getting the opening pick almost every round to equalize it to a 4v4 within the first 20 seconds or so, and so they've been minimalizing the disadvantage that they have quite well, with the initial picks they've been able to get, and they're just executing B with a very dangerous execution with those smokes to cover the bomb plant so well, and I mean, they're just playing smart with the 4 versus 5 situation, but now 3 versus 5, if they can't get those 2 players back, or at least one of them back, I mean, I don't even think you're allowed to play on that way.
I don't think you can play 3 to 5. I think that's a forfeit.
I don't think you can. Yeah, I think so too.
I think 4 versus 5. I've never been in that situation, so I've never actually looked at what the ruling would be for that. But I know to start a game, it has to be 4 versus 5.
Yeah, so I think that, especially since we've just seen some promise from eLevate in this map. I'm not saying that they definitely were going to win this and tie the series, but they definitely were at least showing they had the potential to do so. And so to not even have the chance to try to carry that out, just based on player situations like this, is just rather unfortunate. This is one of the biggest disappointments of online play is when this happens,
Yeah, definitely. Man, it's always upsetting when we get into situations like this. I really hope that something can happen here. Maybe we can get all 5 back into the server miraculously, and it's not looking good. Not looking good right now if you are eLevate. I really hope they can get their players back in. The DDoS or whatever the issue is can stop, because now we have lost Desi, we have lost Rush, and we are into a situation where eLevate, with the 1-round advantage, only has 3 players.
And the thing is, I don't really think eLevate has any subs on their roster, unless they pick up like now. But in general, they typically, I don't see them usually with another person on their team, except for like maybe a manager or something like that, like maybe Mad Dog or something like that. But they generally don't have like an actual substitute on their team. They have Volcano, who was on their like ESEA roster.
Yeah.
That they use as a substitute. They have this other guy named Slug. I don't really know much about him, but I know they've used him as a substitute at times as well. But yeah, I mean, they don't really have anybody they can bring in this situation, unfortunately. Not that you ever really want to have to anyway as a pro team. You want to stick with your 5, right? But
yeah,
in situations like this, sometimes you have no choice. So like I said, I'm not sure if they can get someone or not.
Yeah, it definitely sucks. But I think what we're going to do here, while we're waiting for what's going to happen player-wise, we are going to, we're actually going to go to a commercial break. And when we figure out what's happening here between the 2 teams, at least player-wise or whatever we have going on, we will bring it back in-game, give you guys a notice of what's going to happen, and then we will bring this out of the pause. So, be right back.
love you, love you, love you, hate you, love you, hate you, love you, hate, 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 love you. If you leave, I will. Better yet, I will kill you, kill you, kill you, kill you, kill you.
This is an exclusive.
Kill you, 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 kill you.
Exclusive.
Hello, everyone, and we are back here at CEVO-P. I'm Misled, joined with Dust Moret, and we have 5 players in the server for eLevate. As you can see, Relics will be a stand-in the case of Desi, whose internet will not come back, will not cooperate. We have Rush back into the server. Also, so we are going to get live and underway into round 14, Tempo Storm versus eLevate. Well, 4 members of eLevate plus Relics. And Relics performed extremely well the other night, so this might be a decent stand-in for them tonight, Dust.
Yeah, he could be. I mean, he's definitely one of those younger guys that have, done some things. We saw him at ClutchCon playing with Denial before leaving that team to join SKDC, where things were tough and he left that team. And I'm actually not sure where he plays at full-time nowadays, but ever since he left SKDC and his stint with Denial before they became what is now Nihilum.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he's definitely, a reputable guy that can be a decent stand-in here for eLevate, no question.
So round 14 underway, no trade outs yet, no damage done, but Tempo Storm is going to be on a very broken buy. As you can see, Shazam and Hades were able to save an AWP and an M4. The rest of the team has upgraded pistols, all except for Rix, opting to stay with that silenced USP, not upgrading in the pistol because he only has $2,000. So doesn't want to waste that just yet once they get a full buyout in the next round. And Stan is able to take down Roka as the terrorists will execute their way into the A bomb site. Storm is on the way too. On the trade out, Relics is able to get one. And that's just going to leave Florence in the bomb site by himself. He gets taken down, so Shazam with the AWP in hand. If he can't find a frag really fast here in this 1v2, I expect him to go for the save for last round.
Yeah, it could be. He isn't going to go for this, though. Walking in with the out, see if he can't get this 1 versus 2s. And some nades are going to block out one spot. Shazam just working his way around towards the mid-ramp. XP3 and Rush will stack up against the truck. XP3 will peek out. He spots Shazam over by the tree here at the mid-ramp. Rush is just playing the bait setup here, just kind of chilling out.
He's lagging out.
Oh, maybe. And Shazam will actually back off because of the damage he took and just save this out for next round. So it will be 8-6 in favor of eLevate.
Yep. Rush is gone.
Awesome. So even with the stand-in, they still have to play 4 versus 5, unfortunately. Wow.
But that is another round for eLevate, though. Shazam will save his AWP. eLevate will go up 8-6 as we hit the final round of the half. So it's not hurting them enormously. They're able to take it. And it looks like they have a 5th coming in, so they will be able to finish this out.
Double
5
stand-in.
versus 5, and it's going to be a double stand-in. So they were ready, though. That's a smart thing there for eLevate. They were ready to have a secondary come in. They tried to push Rush as long as they could. Rush was not able to stay all the way through, so of course they're going to bring in somebody new. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious who the next stand-in will be.
Yeah, I don't know. Lucky? I don't know. Is it going to be the ultimate North American stand-in, Lucky? I don't know who their 5th will be in this. I really don't. I have no idea. I mean, they got Skylar, which is great. Relics, extremely awesome guy, really good fragger, and I mean, he plays well. He did well the other night as a stand-in, and I think he's going to do well in this match.
Who did he stand in for the other night? Same team?
CEVO. No, he's standing in for CEVO.
Okay.
And of course, it's Lucky. It really is Lucky.
Don't lie to me. You went to the CEVO website and looked at the roster.
It's Lucky.
I know, but how did you knew that because you were on the CEVO? Don't lie to me.
No,
you had no clue.
I legitimately took it because he always stands in for everybody.
He stands in for CLG.
He stands in for all kinds of teams.
That's the only team I remember him standing in for, CLG, all the time. But you could be right.
I'm pretty sure last season he stood in for like 4 teams in like a matter of like 2 weeks. Like, okay. Lucky is a gigantic ringer. But I mean, yeah, mostly it's CLG. But he's in here now, so we got Lucky and Relic standing in place of Rush and Desi as they have the advantage going into round 15. eLevate is going to be up by 2 rounds, trying to make this a 9-6 half with 2 stand-ins, and you have to think that's going to hurt them on CT side.
Oh yeah, of course it is. It's definitely going to be a rough time for them on the CT side, especially on a map that usually does favor terrorists, at least in the most recent international play I've seen, especially with as strong as this B site play can be. And so we are going to see them actually gathering up to do just that here at the Long B, but we do have Rix in kind of a dangerous angle if they don't clear it, and if he peeks properly, he could come up big. He will go ahead and grab the first kill, steps out for a second one.
Wow.
What the heck? I have no idea.
Not looking. Oh my goodness.
I have no idea why. Like, the second guy looked at him and shot at him. And then for some reason, the third and fourth guys paid him no attention. Were they just so engaged in gunfights with the player in the site that they couldn't turn around and get the fix,
maybe they assumed Roka, the second guy, was able to get that. I don't know what happened there, but apparently
Definitely
they're
some
not.
breakdown in communication.
Yeah, apparently their TeamSpeak, Mumble, Ventrilo, whatever they happen to be using, Roger, Wilco, whatever it is also getting DDoSed because there was zero communication there.
They had
Yeah.
cups and string across the room. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's rough.
Because the second guy definitely looked Rix's direction and even shot at him. So he definitely got spotted. So yeah, it's just kind of weird the third and fourth guy didn't react whatsoever. I said, I know they were engaged in a gunfight with someone in the site, so maybe they just didn't have the ability to stop and turn around. I don't know. Could be a number of things, but regardless, Rix just shut that down single-handedly,
Yeah,
playing
Rix,
that corner of Long B.
definitely.
That's the first time they had played it
huge.
at half, too. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of those spots, kind of like, you know, the boosted spot at A and Cash or whatever. One of those spots where it's good for one round for you, you know, and then to break it out there at the very end when they've never had to worry about that, and they've just been storming you Long B every round and never had to worry about that spot. They're just not going to check it. They just kind of turn a blind eye to it, and Rix makes a big play because of it.
So we're into first round of second half here. Tempo Storm is going to be our T-sided team now. eLevate is going to be CT. Lucky gets taken down by Rix. And now XP3 is going to try and get some damage off. Gets a little bit, takes out one player. Shazam goes down to him. And Tempo Storm is trying to work their way into the A-bomb site after hitting the drop. They only have one CT left to eliminate. That's going to be Roka out of the way. Skylar is able to gain traction and force this into a 2 versus 3. As the bomb goes down, and there goes Storm. So now it's all up to Relics by himself. Sorry, I keep switching up the name. His name is Skylar, or Relics is what it is backwards, and Rix will eliminate him from the round, and that will be 8-8. eLevate has tied it up.
Another big round there from Rix, you know, off of the 4K to end the first half. He comes in with the big 3K there on the pistol round. Just being able to, you know, kind of use that drop-down zone, get into that connector between A and B, and just kind of come into A and grab a couple of kills as well. So just a good pistol round there from Tempo Storm. They tie up the game now at 8-all. They're going to go ahead and get those Galils and SMGs out. We do see the Scout armor buy here from eLevate. So we'll try to contest immediately here. But yeah, this is going to be a tough half for him with two stand-ins playing this CT side.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough for them to make these happen. It's just going to rely on individual skill here. No real effective. Well, they should be able to effectively rotate well, but any sort of CT-sided strat is going to be hard to make happen here, especially if players like to play in the same spot. But Roka and Lucky and Storm all getting frags so far, but Shazam will even things out at a 2-on-2 now as they have the gun advantage. But Roka's going to step out, and XP3 is right there. They both have picked up rifles. XP3 with the scout. Can he make the shot? Shazam is right there in his face. 1 versus 1 battle now. XP3 with the scout versus Shazam with that MP in hand. Can he get it? He does a ton of damage right there. XP3 gets out, gets aggressive, and Shazam gets himself the 3K and the round win for Tempo Storm. That puts Tempo Storm back into the lead at 9-8.
Yeah, just, you know, good try there by eLevate. I mean, they got it down to a 1 versus 1 on a safe round like that, so at least they did some damage there and causing a lot of rebuys to come out of here from Tempo Storm. And so they got something accomplished there, but just weren't able to close it out. Shazam playing that 1v1 pretty smart, just kind of hugging the statue, realizing XP3 had the scout. Surprised XP3 didn't pick up the SMG from drop down. Maybe he didn't know it was there. It made it maybe a better gun to pursue Shazam with than that 1 versus 1, but may not have been aware to him that it was there. But he tried to press in close with the scout and just couldn't get it done in that 1 versus 1.
So into round 18, Tempo Storm has the advantage here. eLevate is going to be on just a pistol by everybody, but actually Relic's going for a pistol, and XP3 pushes from upper A down in through the connector into mid. There goes Hades going off with the Rec 9 taking down Storm. So it's going to be a 5 versus 3. B is wide open at the moment. They're looking to get aggressive in that direction. Lucky's able to grab one onto Hades. Lawrence will drop Roka out, and Rix takes Relics. Now Lucky's right there around the corner for Rix. Rix will end up on the cleanup, getting himself 2. Lawrence gets the other 2. That makes it Tempo Storm up by 2 now.
So there you have it, Tempo Storm. Like I said, just every game, every half they've played out of all 4 halves, they've been able to get that 3-0 start. And that's definitely been kind of crippling to eLevate, I think, throughout this series, that they've, you know, fallen prey to every pistol, never been able to be successful on an eco round. And so, yeah, Tempo Storm is gaining a lot of traction off of basically 6-0 starts, or 6-0 situations off pistols alone in both maps.
Yeah, this is... Man, it's so disappointing to have eLevate. I mean, it's cool that Lucky and Relics are in here, but again, it's disappointing at the fact that they're able to lose, or not able, they're losing Desi and Rush due to internet connection issues. I'm assuming it's going to be a DDoS on those 2 players, and Tempo Storm is looking poised to try and take a W here. Rix takes a bunch of damage up above the drop as XP3 rings him right in the face with that FAMAS, and that's going to be 4 CTs rotating over to the B bomb site. The bomb is still in that direction, so it's not a complete over-rotate yet. But, I mean, there's 2 terrorists outside the A, 1 down in mid, 1 outside the long holes. They're long hauls. They are just looking for a pick here so they can run with it.
Right on. As we come down to the last, 40 seconds of the round here, still Tempo Storm has not really shown what they want to do at this point. They are bringing that bomb back around towards mid, like they want to do some type of ace, but they're leaving Rix, maybe the drop down to try to cut off rotates here momentarily. But XP3 and Roka are going to be playing passively in the back of the A side as Tempo Storm is going to be working their way up the mid ramp here. XP3 will come around the vents and does come out and sprays down 2, including the bomb carrier. So good play there from XP3. Great peek. Roka from the back of the site will grab one as well. And so Tempo Storm getting shut down as Ace pushing all the way through. And it's like it's a flawless victory. So yeah, that did not work out for Tempo Storm at all.
Yeah, not a single drop there from eLevate. They're able to pick up and save an op thanks to Lucky going and grab that because their economy is not the greatest. They're going to drop the op. It will be picked up by XP3, of course, the main opper for eLevate. And eLevate has brought this back within 1 here. So a little glimmer of hope on the CT side of things. So, again, we hope that we would love to have this a full-strength game for both teams. And it's sad that eLevate is having to do this with 2 ringers due to presumably DDoS on Desi and Rush, but they're doing what they can here to hold steady, and it will be 10-9 scoreline for Tempo, but Roka getting very aggressive down in mid. Lucky's right there too, gets 1 before the trade out. Rix will ultimately trade out Roka also, forcing this into a 2 versus 2 battle. Bomb up on the back of Glorens. He has picked up an AK. Rix has picked up an AK. He's getting into a gun battle here with Relics as Storm is on the rotate. Storm is going to catch Glorens, and he will drop him. That's going to be bombed down also. So Rix, all by himself, 1v2, out in the open with really no cover at this point. He actually made it all the way across. They don't know he's made it across.
Yeah, maybe he can surprise someone here, so he is going to come around. They are playing really passive angles. They're just spotting this bomb, so eventually they know Rix has to go for that, and so they're just kind of playing the bomb as best as they possibly can. Rix will work up close here on the doorway. He will check his height right, but turns right at the wrong time, doesn't commit to checking, and Relics will take him down. And that's actually now twice that a guy from Tempo Storm's been caught off by a CT playing that vent room and getting a kill off the mid-ramp push, so something they need to maybe be a little bit more aware of. As it was also a save round for Tempo nonetheless, and they were able to still do a good amount of damage there, so kind of understandable that they fell prey that round. But we are going to see them full bot here. Shazam does have his op, and we will see what Tempo Storm can do on a gun round now, as it is all tied up at 10 apiece.
Ooh, that nade was almost horrible right there. I believe that was thrown by Relics. Luckily, Lucky was able to get away from it, only taking 14 damage in the exchange. And Tempo was kind of geared up more towards A at the moment. I mean, they got 3 players in that direction, including that number 5 man of Stan out extremely wide right now. Unless my minimap is lying to me. No, he's really wide. Man, he's going to have a... No, never mind. The box is blocking that. I thought he had a direct line onto the head of Storm and possibly Relics, but he does not. So Tempo Storm working off of some picks here. Let's see if they can gain anything. But you have to think with Stan out that wide, no one knows he's there yet. They do not have an idea. No one is looking for him. He's made it all the way out wide inside the B bomb site. And that's a great... Oh, yeah. He's going to be able to get 1. Look for Relics. Can he take him down? No, Relics will trade him out. That's going to be a flashbang coming out. But Hades is down from the drop, able to get the trade out frag. And Lucky picks up Hades. And here comes XP3 hitting the shot onto Glorens. This is halting the rush into the B bomb site. Bomb down wide out in the open. Shazam is going to be out there trying to work his own op as Rix hits the drop. Can he get something going on? He might back up directly into Lucky, and he will with the grenade out into his hand. It's actually a flashbang. Shazam down into the bomb site. It will be a 1 versus 2. Shazam going for the plant. He might get caught here. He's only got an op in his hands. Lucky right around the corner. Lucky's going to be able to get the shot off. Shazam misses his, and that is going to be another round for eLevate, taking the lead thanks to a 3K from Lucky, and again, Lucky will save another op for XP3.
Yeah, good round there from eLevate on the CT side. You know, just a good hold over there on the B side. You know, a site that can be very, very dangerous and very difficult to hold for the CT side. eLevate comes through and they take the lead back now, 11-10. And so that's big. This forces Tempo Storm onto yet another save, which means eLevate could extend their lead. And like you said, making the best of a tough situation with all the player drops and stand-ins. They're still, you know, posing a good threat here, and they still do have an opportunity to maybe close out this map and tie up this series, which would be an amazing, you know, conclusion to this for eLevate after all the struggles they've been through. But to still be able to win this map and get a tie and get that point on the standings, that would be excellent for them, as they are going to try to rush out Long B. Storm geared up with that Silence and 4, able to pick off 2. Lucky from inside the tree here, going to be able to find a kill on the Ricks as well. And Shazam did collect an M4, but just a 2 versus 4 here, going to be very, very difficult in there. You see it, Hades so blind. XP3 will take him out, and it is going to be that 12-10 coming up. But Tempo will be on a full buy here again. We've seen them try to run some A splits, but have been quite unsuccessful that side of the map. At least on the B side, they've been able to get some bomb plants. So I'm curious to see which route they'll go now. As Ricks has played quite well, almost at a 30 bomb here in regulation. So let's see if he can work some more magic.
Yeah, looking good here as we're into round 23. eLevate is going to be up by 2 rounds, and Tempo Storm is going to get very aggressive into the A bomb site. They're just going to commit to this. Storm some flashbang, smokes going over. Let's see if Lucky and Storm are able to hold this. And Lucky does a grip of damage, can't quite take down Stan, but Storm will be there on the cleanup just below players trying to make their way into the bomb site. Hades completely blind. XP3 will pick him up. And there goes Glorens, finally taking down Storm, who is in the back of the bomb site. That Molotov will prevent the full rotate in. Bomb is down, now picked up by Glorens. Here comes the rotate. XP3 gets taken down, so it's up to Relics and Roka. Relics goes down to Shazam, and now we only have Roka into a 1 versus 3 situation. Bomb planted in the B bomb site. He's able to take down the first player. That's going to be Glorens. Throws a flashbang. That is going to catch Shazam off guard. Shazam luckily able to hide behind the box, and now can Roka get away with this? Gets clipped a little bit there. Tries to go for the defuse, and Ricks will catch him out in the open on the bomb. That will make it 12-11. eLevate is up only by 1 now.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Storm playing that corner, and he played it really effectively. He got a kill, and he was a nuisance enough. You know, he caused I got to kind of drop down to look for him, which gave XP3 a free op frag, and that kind of got eLevate into decent standing, but still Tempo able to kind of muscle their way in with that very dangerous long B play, get the bomb down, and then hold off the retake quite well still in the end. So some good play there from Tempo Storm, just a solid B execution that they're able to close out. We do see Ricks once again trying to get aggressive here at the drop-down zone. Save here from eLevate basically is just, you know, buying some upgraded pistols, but not a whole lot to work with. And so Tempo Storm is in a position to have a great opportunity to tie this game back up. You see Roka stepping out along with the Deeg. It took Hades a little bit to finally collect that frag, but he does. And yeah, like I said, Tempo Storm in good position to tie this game back up here at 12-all.
So into round 24, Tempo with the early opening frag here. They have the gun advantage. There goes Storm also. So Roka and Storm out of the way. It's all up to Lucky, Relics, and XP3. It's going to be 3-5-7s on the board. Let's see if Relics can open this up. Get himself a frag. Takes a shot. Can't get anything. Goes against the player in the chicken coop. Can't make it happen. Glorens and Ricks will close down the round. Glorens with 3. That will make it evened up at 12-12. Tempo Storm is coming back.
Yep, so 12-12 game here, all tied up. Very, very close game. Both teams have had, you know, some decent play on both sides. I mean, it's been pretty balanced. I think it was an 8-7 half first half, and we're kind of seeing it shape up to be close to that already here. Just kind of even back and forth so far. As we'll wait and see what Tempo Storm wants to do. Like I said, they've been successful on their B hits, but they seem to be shifting back towards this mid and A area where they have, you know, had some struggles actually.
Yeah.
Trying to make the play here. We're actually seeing Storm getting boosted by Lucky in that corner to kind of play a little bit of a a quick angle here, maybe catching someone off guard. Is not going to expect them to be there that fast, and there it is. Storm will get the kill on the stand, but that bomb is definitely going to be coming A, but XP3 just watching it, and this is just going to be a shooting gallery for him with the op. Not going to be very difficult to get him.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 more players down there in mid behind those double doors, possibly trying to work their way up into A as that number 2 man of Shazam is working in that direction. But you still have Roka sitting there waiting just in case. And Roka in a great position. I love that boost. But Shazam hits the jump shot with the Rec 9. How did he hit that? Just randomly checks it. But Relics will answer, removing Ricks, and Shazam has to be pumped. Works the op back out, XP3. Oh, takes that Relics! XP3 is out of the way at the moment, not looking in that direction. Works his way back. Lawrence will take him down. Now it's into a 2 versus 2. But Storm, advantageous position at the mid-connector door, trying to fight against Glorens, and it will be a 2 versus 1. Lucky and Storm versus Glorens, and Lucky is right there in the face of Glorens, and Glorens will take him down. So now we have a 1v1 Storm solo. If Glorens would have spammed that smoke, he would have got the frag. So Storm hears the bomb plant, continues to walk, not allowing Glorens to know where he's at, works his way all the way up to the armored carrier right there at spawn. Can he hold on to this? Glorens looking for him, can't quite find him, sees his head, hits the shot and gets the headshot off, gets himself a 3K. Shazam gets the other 2, and that makes it 13-12. Tempo is up.
I can't even believe that shot Shazam just hit.
Jump.
I mean, just the one tap in the face on top of it being a jumping shot as he was falling down right before he fell too low to hit the shot. It was like a pixel shot. That was just insane. That's one of the craziest pistol kills I've seen in CSGO, period. Oh man, that was crazy. Anyway, good round there for Tempo Storm to, off the back of that, be able to get a couple of more kills and get into that A bomb site, and not securing their round, forcing eLevate on yet another situation where they can just afford these upgraded pistols. And look at Storm already just taking so much damage. He's trying to hide in the smoke, but he's taking some heat, but he still finds the kill. They still can't find him. He's still running around, wreaking havoc here up against this corner. Hades and Glorens clearing out the rest of the site, but Storm is still up. He picks up an AK. He's lining up another kill. Storm, a third. Oh my goodness, Storm just going off finally with the rest. Yeah, finally, after he did 3 kills with 5 HP. That's just insane. But we do have a 1 versus 2.
Now all up to Roka here. He's going to be 1v2. Ricks and Shazam versus Roka, and Ricks will get it. Tempo Storm confirms their 14th round in their favor, and the economy is back in order for eLevate. All except for XP3. Doesn't matter, though. And I'm curious, is Storm going to buy him the op so he can run this? No, they're going 5 rifles this round. Storm does not buy the op for XP3 and trade him across the board, so it will be 5 rifles versus 4 rifles in the hands of Tempo Storm, with Shazam, of course, having the op, and terrorist side Tempo Storm looking like they want to try and grab this match point. If they can get it here, they will be going against a full buyout from eLevate, and Ricks will open it up, but Lucky is able to trade that frag out, and Storm is able to finally get Stanislaw in that position, and Storm playing very well in the B-bomb site from underneath as Roka trades out Hades. And that is going to make it a 4 versus 2 now. Oh, no. Yeah, still a 2. Thought Glorens would go down there to Storm. Bomb is now picked up. It's going to be a 2 versus 3 in favor of eLevate still. But Tempo Storm battling back with Glorens only at 10 HP.
Yeah, the bomb is going to be carried here by Glorens, like you said, with that only 10 HP. But Shazam at the drop down grabs a nice shot on the XP3. Glorens will be trying to bring this bomb through long B. Lucky will still be playing the statue. Shazam will be meeting up with Glorens. And then we'll still see if they can't make a push into this B bomb site. It's a 2 versus 2, and both CTs are in the area. If Glorens just slow walks out like this, Lucky has a really good chance just to get the bomb down. And now they don't know where Shazam is. Shazam will actually catch Lucky off guard, but Lucky able to escape with this life. Very low HP, but he's still alive. But XP3 finds his more difficult kill onto the high health Roka player. But
Lucky
comes through. Wow, what a
Lucky getting 3 on the round right there. Good play by Lucky. Only 8 HP. If Shazam would not have jumped up onto the ledge there, he would have hit that shot and been able to take Lucky down. And then, of course, would have been able to turn right around and hit that headshot that he did hit, or probably hit the headshot, and turn that into a round win in favor of Tempo, giving him that all-important match point. But eLevate able to come away with that thanks to Lucky getting 3, bringing this within 1, and it's going to be a buyout here from eLevate. They still want to fight for this win. They don't want to have to go to overtime.
Yeah, I mean, Storm's just been playing so well over on the B side, and in that round, Lucky came up big with a nice hat trick. So even the stand-ins being able to put in some work here and really help eLevate out. As once again, we are going to see Tempo Storm going for that long B attack. Lucky will be over here towards the drop down with the M4, and he will spot the kill on the stand before the smoke gets deployed. So peeking before the smoke cover happens, and now you see Storm positioned by the statue able to get some kills as well. But Rix is battling his way in, but only to get traded out by Relix with 2 of his own. Relix shoots his own teammate a little bit there, but still a 3 versus 1.
Glorens all by himself, and Glorens will go down. eLevate will tie things up 14-14. Relix comes in with the 2K on the round, so we hit round 29. At this point, everyone, we will hit the final round of regulation to either find out we're going to overtime or whoever will be the winner of this match.
And then we'll be jumping straight into Affinity and Ace right after this is over, which I think they might already be underway with map 1, so we'll just kind of jump in there. We didn't want to hold them up because this game drug on longer. We don't want to let them be able to play on time, so we'll just have to jump into that map 1 as soon as we can. But regardless, we have quite a nail biter in our hands here with this game now being tied up 14-14, and after all eLevate has suffered, this has been so good by them to be able to stay in this game as we have a save from Tempo Storm trying to go into the drop zone, but all that bomb bounce in such an unfortunate position. And Relix has picked up a couple of frags already, so this is not looking good for Tempo Storm.
Yeah, Relix is able to trade out Stanislaw right there, too. So far, perfect into the round. eLevate has not dropped a single player. It's all up to Rix and Shazam. They're both right there at the drop. XP3 pushes his way into the window at the drop room and will take down one. But Shazam on the trade, and Lucky from behind gets the finalizing frag. And eLevate will push this to match point. So now Tempo Storm has to try and fight their way into this on a buyout here. And it's going to be broken. Hades only with a deagle. Shazam only going to afford a pistol and armor with some utility grenades. And eLevate is looking poised to try and win this with only 3 members of the actual roster, 2 stand-ins to get this game to a tie.
Yeah, I mean, Tempo Storm, all of a sudden, these B executes that kind of their bread and butter that were working for him are not working anymore. Now they're just trying to get aggressive at mid, but XP3 has the op. He's able to get a kill. Glorens was traded immediately. Roka trying to get aggressive on Danger through a smoke, trying to catch some players off guard in the mid room. Not going to be effective. And so Tempo Storm will get the better end of the deal so far in this round as they pursue a 4 versus 3 into this A bomb site. And so this could be going to overtime unless these 3 eLevate guys can hold their ground.
Trying to do all that they can here. Relix is right there. It's going to be a 3 versus 4. Relix is able to get 1, but Rix will trade him out quickly. Glorens goes down. 2 versus 2 battle now. Rix and Shazam versus Lucky and Storm. Now it's all up to Storm. Can Storm get the frag? And he will. He's going against a very weak Shazam down to 23 HP. Storm is down to 25. Shazam boosts up. This might play out big for them. Storm is right there. He's not going to look up at the top, and Shazam will get it. We are tied up and going to overtime. Tempo Storm versus eLevate. Here we go into the first part of overtime with 2 stand-ins from eLevate.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the weakness of having stand-ins, though, is the communication on that retake there. There was just so many times that one of the eLevate guys, whether it be a stand-in or one of their core players, were just kind of peeking out by themselves and getting blindsided while their teammate was still trying to get in position to help retake with them. And so that can be part of the issues with stand-ins, is not being able to communicate more effectively when you're trying to peek together in a retake situation like that. And like I said, there was just so many times that an eLevate guy fell prey to kind of peeking by himself rather than peeking together as a unit and clearing things out together. And that led to Tempo Storm able to close out that round. Even when eLevate had kind of the early advantage with that pick from XP3 early in the round, they couldn't keep it up. And so now we have 15-15 all tied up here, and we're going to overtime in all this. This is just quite a game, quite a situation.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Rix honestly is heroing so gigantically right now. He dropped 35 and 19 going into the half or into the full game.
And Hades
Rix is playing great.
Hades is struggling a lot. Hades is struggling a lot, though.
Even Stan, too. I mean, Stan was one of those guys that you expect to stand out really well with Rix. And Glorens one of those other guys that might be, for lack of a better term, a little bit random. I wouldn't say inconsistent, more random than anything. Playing exceptionally well right now for his team, and Tempo Storm is still in this. But it's a little bit surprising with how well they played on the first map of Cash.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, Stan was playing really well on Cash, but yeah, he's definitely struggled here on this particular map. And even with eLevate struggling with all the different stand-ins and all that mess, they've been able to, hold firm and push this actually into overtime when it's all said and done. Now we're in the first round of overtime, and we do see Storm once again going for B, but Storm has been playing this B so well. He's just so good at maneuvering himself, but only able to get one kill this particular time. And Hades does find XP3. And now it's a 3 versus 3 where the bomb likely should go down with all this smoke cover.
Yeah, and Shazam, Hades, and Stan left alive here against Lucky, Roka, and Relics. They don't get aggressive yet, just into the site. Allows time for eLevate to rotate towards it. And trade out going. Nade kill, and Roka will get all 3 to finalize it. That's first round of overtime going straight to eLevate.
Now it's turned into a 3 versus 3, and there just wasn't that second smoke that Tempo Storm could use to cross to the statue and actually get the bomb plant. And then all of a sudden you have Roka just rotating in and having a huge hat trick there at the very end to close out the round. So eLevate, doing work there in that OT round just now.
So into overtime round number 1. Wow, overtime 1, round 2. eLevate with the advantage here as they took map number 1, but Stanislaw is able to open it up. But here comes the stack up mid. They're just going to line these frags up, and no one is looking. Relics is able to get himself 3 of those frags. Lucky will right there trying to clean it up. Only one player to beat. That's going to be Glorens as he takes down Shazam and Glorens to finalize it there. That is going to be eLevate up by 2 rounds now. If they can get this last round, that will be 3-0 in the first half of overtime.
Yeah, that would be absolutely big, especially just being able to start up overtime in that powerful position is just big for the confidence. And it also chips away at the morale of the opponent who's struggling. They were able to get, out of the first, 12 rounds played, they were able to get 7 on the T side, and now all of a sudden they can't find anything here towards the end of regulation and here in overtime. I mean, that cracks against your head when you're having that kind of problem. But here they're trying to go A. They do have a 4-on-4, and the A side's pretty much clear, but the rotations are starting to come in here for eLevate.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 4-on-4 battle. Hades down to about 10 HP. Closest one on the other side of things will be XP3 down to 53. And Lucky will get one. Same with XP3 there. Can Lucky grab a second? And he will on to Rix. Now it's all up to Shazam to prevent eLevate from getting this. Shazam walks his way through the door in the connector from A to B. Able to get 2 Relics, and Lucky down and out of the way. It's going to be a 2 versus 1. But Bomb is going to be down inside of that A bomb site right in CT spawn. And that's a rough look. Is it on top of the armored van?
Yes.
It is on top of it. So Shazam, man, has to get these frags. I'm surprised XP3 got aggressive there. Doesn't really matter. Storm will clean up the end of that, and eLevate is perfect into overtime number 1. 3-0. All they have to do is get that lucky number 19, and they win the game. It's all up to Tempo Storm now to win all 3 of these rounds on CT side to force us into overtime number 2. They drop a single one. eLevate will win it.
Yeah, I mean, that round got a little bit scary. Shazam almost clutched that, so people kind of peeking individually. Once again, that communication on CT side on those holds and retakes, maybe a bit handicapped by the stand-in situation, and Shazam almost walked away with a big play there. I mean, he had some nice shots, but at least Storm was able to close it out when it was all said and done. As you said, that 3-0 start for OT. So with that said, Tempo Storm has to be perfect on their CT side, and eLevate was able to, do quite well for themselves on T side. About from round 5 to the end of the half, they were able to string together a good amount of rounds, 8 rounds actually, towards the end of that first half. So they definitely had the track record on this map to be able to put T rounds together. And just in general, they have some pretty good T sides as a team. But the stand-ins, we'll have to see how that plays into it.
Storm is going to be the first one taken out by Hades. And Roka might gain some traction, though. Removes Stan while completely blind there. eLevate is completely geared up here at the A bomb site. One's going to be in mid, one's going to come through the long hauls. Actually, 3 coming through the long hauls. They've worked their way out. They're smoked. Shazam is right there. That nade might get Hades. Just barely touches him. Brings him down to 73 HP. Another nade going in his direction. Doesn't land, though. Smokes and flashes coming out. And that's Shazam shutting down Relics. So Tempo Storm still in this, making it a 4-on-3 as Lucky, Roka, and XP3 are going to be battling. XP3's already up, takes down Hades. He's got one in the sight. That sight player is so very low. Can he keep going to XP3?
Oh.
Can't get Shazam, pulls it out the pistol. Can he get him on the jump? Yes, he will. So now it's going to be a 3 versus 2. This is for all the marbles. eLevate Roka is able to take down Glorans, and now it's all up to Rix to keep Tempo Storm in this. Otherwise, they're going to lose in overtime. So Rix 1v2 as he removes Roka. XP3 moves right around the armored van. Can he get it? Rix tries to throw on another flashbang. XP3 avoids it, and Rix is able to get it now into a 1 versus 1. Rix versus Lucky. 1v1 battle here. He has to get the frag and can't do it. Lucky will secure the match for eLevate. And in the series, that will be 1 for Tempo Storm, 1 for eLevate. They have tied it up here and did not actually lose. So good job there to eLevate for making that happen.
Yeah, I mean, that was big. I mean, they were in such a tough situation, and be able to come out there, put it into overtime, and then 4-0 the overtime, and actually get the map win to tie the series. That's 1 point apiece for the standings for these two teams. That's a big accomplishment for eLevate, I think, just based on all the struggles they had tonight with players and losing the map they were favored on, Cash, to still be able to close out on Cobble and at least tie the series and get that 1 point. That's definitely, big for them. At the same time, Tempo Storm has to kind of be shaking their heads. I mean, they won the map that eLevate was favored. eLevate was a heavy favorite, period, as far as like odds and stuff like that goes. And so, I mean, that was they had them. They had eLevate. They had so many advantages, and they couldn't close it out. But all in all, at least they got their first map win on Cash, and they get that point at the very least. But either way, we are going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we should be bringing you that next match between Infinity and Ace. So just stay tuned. We'll be right back with you.